Welcome to Awakening You channel. If you appreciate what we do, please support us. Thank you. Dear sons and daughters of planet Earth, I am Sananda. Once again, I can be here bringing my energy and my love to each of you. For us, time does not exist, we live in the present moment, and when this moment passes, we start to live in the present moment. We don't worry about what happened or what will happen, we live in the present moment. So I would like to ask each one of you who was present at the meeting, live the energy, live the feeling, remember the words, but keep everything to yourself, he finished. Those who weren't there, and I won't comment here if they participated, if they didn't participate, if they listened, if they didn't listen, live your moment too. Close your criticisms and comments. You like to dwell on the past, remember what is not good. Learn to live in the present moment. Each soul chose a path, each soul chose to live each moment. So there is no point here trying to understand why it can be present or not. Each person passes on what was planted or chosen by their soul. Don't blame others. Learn to accept your own journey. You always tend to compare, and ask yourself, why not me? Why him or her and not me? How many of you have asked yourself this question when something displeases you? This generates a very bad feeling, envy. Why him or her and not me? This is envy, do you realize that? Most do not, and most will now be saying, this is not envy to me. Very well. Understand as your soul is prepared to understand. I tell each one of you that the journey is there. The path towards the light is open and anyone can find it. No one is privileged, no one is harmed, no one is punished, each one follows the path that their soul has defined or the path that their mind has planted. It's interesting how you guys like to point fingers at a lot of things, they feel good about giving their opinions. They feel good about criticizing others, but they don't see it that way, they think they have the right to express their opinion. Expressing an opinion is not talking about the other person. When you express your opinion, you are talking about something you believe, you are talking about something you think or may even know, but if you involve someone else in your opinion, it stops being an opinion, it becomes a criticism. Do you understand this? So the line between expressing your opinion and criticizing is very fine, but many don't realize this, and they think they are entitled, and they think they are capable of expressing their opinions only, they will never feel like they are criticizing the other. We have said it here many times, nothing we do is meaningless, nothing we do is in vain, everything has a purpose, and what's more, everything always has some tests between the lines. And it is exactly at these points that we catch you, it is exactly at these points that we seek to show you, how much you still need to evolve. The big problem is for you to accept this. You really like to criticize, now if someone rebuts your criticism, you stand up and grow, he doesn't like it, he doesn't admit to being contradicted, he doesn't allow his opinion to be criticized. It's interesting how your behavior changes with the tides. Sometimes you vibrate high, sometimes you are close to the fifth dimension and sometimes you sink into the mud until you can barely breathe. And why? For what reason? What affects you so much that you become so unbalanced so quickly? I say the reason, it's the ego. The ego is still strong and vibrant, and you will always feel entitled to criticize everything and everyone. Because that's what the ego does. He always puts you right. You are never wrong, you are always right, this is ego. And when someone opposes you, and tells you that you are wrong, you go down in the mud, because you will use all the tricks to not admit that you were wrong, and then comes the anger, the annoyance, the argument, everything bad that has happened to you. Will take you down there. And what do you get out of it? Nothing, you just lose. You lose because your vibration has dropped too much, you lose because you will have to walk the path again to raise your vibration with a lot of faith, with a lot of desire. So I ask each one of you, what's the point in arguing, what's the point in replying, what's the point in contesting what I said or what they said? What's it worth? Just for you to maintain your superiority, your ego? So you need to review your concepts, because this way you will hardly reach the fifth dimension. It is necessary for each of you to look at what your soul is and what you have become, with love. There's no point in recriminating yourself now, there's no point in fighting with the world now because the world doesn't understand you. You are not the center of the world. Is it the world that does not understand you or you that does not open your heart to be understood? My sons and daughters, we have said this here constantly, start looking at everything with your heart. You are not taking this seriously. You think it's just another big nonsense that we're saying, but it'll just remind you of one thing: believing in what we say is a matter of choice, and at this moment choices must be made. Now, if you don't make the right choices, who loses? It's us? No, I will never lose anything, nor will the other beings of light. Now you will miss a great opportunity to evolve, just because you want to keep your ego in control, just because you think you can't make mistakes, just because you think your opinions are just opinions do not affect anyone. The choice is yours, my son and my daughter. The choice is yours, not mine. Difficulties, obstacles in the way, there will always be, and the way you face each obstacle is what will add or subtract your energy. So as long as you put yourself on a pedestal, think that you are better than everyone else, think that your opinion is better than everyone else, and that everything you say is correct, you are only taking away your energy, because you are leaving the mind in control. Those who have a heart do not criticize, those who have a heart accept everything as it comes. Ah, but this is absurd. I'm not going to be a parasite, a stagnant thing that doesn't complain about anything. Very well, maintain that posture of yours. The ego is completely dominating you, it is your choice. Whoever acts with the heart is not a parasite, whoever acts with the heart is not a fool. Whoever acts with the heart is not an idiot, he is just a person who looks at everything with love, even though this is often difficult for him, but he tries to look with love. And every time she tries to look with love, she adds to the learning of her journey. So I repeat again, it's a matter of choice, my sons and daughters. Do you want to continue living the feelings of the third dimension, where you question everything, criticize everything, give your opinions on everything, think everything is wrong? It's all right, it's your choice. Now, those who want to evolve accept everything as it comes and try to understand with their hearts why they arrived that way. Because I went through this. What did I attract? What did I emanate to attract this? These are the questions, because everything has a reason, and whoever sees and looks with the heart, understands, accepts. Now those who look with their mind, complain, criticize, judge, because their heart is still closed, they have not opened themselves to the light. A heart open to the light, accepts anything without complaining, without criticizing. This is the great teaching. Observe your feelings, observe your attitudes. The path is there for everyone to follow, and only those who learn to look at everything with their hearts will find the way. Many paths lead to the light, but to find them you need to be light, because if not, in a certain way you will be going in the opposite direction. Learn to just be love. Whatever happens, look at everything with love. And be sure that in this way, you will learn to understand why it arrived, why it came that way, and be sure that everything is learning. Nothing happens by chance. Everything has a reason. Let's talk about time, so I would say that Father or Mother God doesn't waste his time with nonsense. Everything that happens is in his hands, and most of the time, I could even say 100% of the time, these are lessons that you need to learn. To see them, just receive them with love. There is no other way.